Come on, man. Have you really been trying to buy a laptop just because you want to type and format your documents in a professional way? Or you are the type that prints out your document, sign on the hard copy, and then use a scanner to scan the document back onto your phone or laptop before you send your letter? That ends right now. Man, you should have asked earlier. Today, I'm going to show you how to create the document you have on your screen right now, all on your phone. That is the fun part, with zero costs. Let's get right into it. Before we start this tutorial, I'm going to recommend an app which I used in this tutorial. So head over to your Play Store and then look for an application called WPS Office. Make sure you install that, and then once you're done, launch it, and let's get down to business. Now that you are done installing, the moment you launch, you will get to this interface. What we're going to do now is to head down to this part and then tap on that addition sign. You're going to see these documents pop up. The only one we need for our project today is the very first one, which is document. So I'm going to just go ahead and tap on that. And here we're going to select blank document. Now I already have a copy text which I'm going to go ahead and then paste in the text area now. Okay, so we're going to close up these ones. They are too far apart. Our next job is to format our sender address to the far right. There are two ways you can do this. This has been arranged in a block form. So we're going to make sure we put the sender address to the far right. We're going to go ahead and then select it. One way to make your selection is to tap and hold on any of the text, and then you see an option for you to select. So you're going to choose select. Now with this context menu popping up, once we don't need any command from this context menu, we're going to get rid of it. One way to get rid of this is to pretend you are swiping on the screen outside that context menu, and then it will be dismissed. Then we are going to adjust our selection using these buttons. So I'm just going to go ahead and adjust my selection nicely. There it comes back again. I want to dismiss it, so I'm just going to pretend to swipe on my screen to get rid of it. There are two ways of getting our text to the far right. The first approach is to use alignment. And with alignment, we're going to head back down here. And then we're going to tap on that. Come down here and you see alignment here. You're going to select right alignment since we want to move it to the right. And then bingo, I zoom out and then you see it is perfectly arranged to the right. Now that we are done, let's see how else we can get our text to the far right. So you make your choice. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and then reverse it back here. And this time around, what we're going to do is to activate indent and spacing. We will do that by heading back down here. And then we scroll down until we find indent and spacing. I'm just going to go ahead and select that. Now, with this, I'm going to use this button right at the top here. I'm going to tap and hold and then drag it to the far right like this. You see, nice and simply done. Which of these is your choice though? Anyway, our next job is to format the rest of the body, which I'm just going to go ahead and paste it right away. We can use these top and down arrows to adjust the spaces between the lines if it is too far wide. So I can hold and drag up to adjust it accordingly, or even let it go yes. However you want it, that one is up to you. So I can go ahead and then select these ones too, and then adjust the numbers accordingly. Now, one way to make sure the space between these lines are equal is to come down here and then use this. So I'm going to go ahead and then tap on it. Now I'm using 1.15. So maybe, yes, this is much more cooler. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure to check if this is also 1.125. Okay, so now they are equal. Good. Now let's head down to the next stage. But you see, this is appearing because I still have my indent and spacing activated. So I'm going to go ahead, come down here, and then deactivate indent and spacing. I'm going to go ahead and then paste the rest of my letter here. Our very next move is to center, underline our topic. Alright, so we're going to go back down here. You would realize that we have bold and underline right here. So I'm going to go ahead and then select my text. Make sure you don't forget that you tap and hold, this menu will come, and then just tap on select. The context menu, like I said, if you don't need any command in there, just pretend to swipe on any other part of the screen except for that menu and it will disappear. Then you adjust accordingly. So now I'm going to bolden it and then I'm going to underline my topic. Now I'm going to head back down here and then center using the alignment. Easy, right? Okay, now the space between this is too wide, so I'm just going to use the backspace to decrease the space between them. Now to the fun part. I'm going to go ahead and then remove all these extra space I don't need. Now this is where we're going to put our signature. We'll get back to it quite shortly. So now we're going to look at how we're going to sign on this document on the phone without having to print out and then sign on the hard copy and then scanning back onto our phone on the computer. To achieve this, first of all, I'm going to make sure my cursor is blinking where I want my signature to be. I'm going to do this by heading down here and then go over to the insert tab. Under insert tab, you will see signature at the bottom here. So I'm just going to go ahead and then select signature. You will see this because I already have a signature in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and dismiss that signature, and then it's going to ask me to create a signature. So I'm just going to go ahead and then tap on create signature. This is going to open a sheet for you to sign anyhow you want it. So I'm just going to go ahead and scribble something here. Assuming this is my signature, if I got it wrong, I can come down here and then erase it and then try again. If it is not the case, I can erase as many times as I want. So I'm just going to go ahead and scribble something now. So assuming this is my signature, I can just go ahead and then tap on done. Something worth mentioning, you can adjust the weight of your signature right here as you are seeing. Great. This works. Okay, this works perfect enough for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and then tap done. Now when it comes here, this is where you're going to have to adjust it to fit the space you have provided in between. This seems okay for me. Great. All done. So I'm just going to go ahead and then mark it here, and then my document is perfectly formatted. The next step is to just go ahead and save my document in my phone. So just choose a storage location and then edit the name down here, and then you are good to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and name it my letter. All done. we have been able to type our document and sign with zero cost to us. Isn't it great? Until next time, see you.